then as we sort of think about the whole solution, what are we doing here? To your point, you know, we're putting kilowatt hours on the roof through a solar system. And okay, maybe you're storing some kilowatt hours in a power wall. Okay, great. But you're consuming the same amount of electricity in most cases. And oftentimes you've got an HVAC solution that is very old or antiquated. And so we started to look at the HVAC market and what's going on here and sort of what's the technology. And it became evident to me that we at Freedom Solar talk about sort of complicated things, microinverters and kilowatt hours and lifetime savings and degradation and sort of the world in kilowatt hours. And here you are with an HVAC. And in many cases, you have some builder grade model that just turns on and turns off. It's a single speed and it's super inefficient. So, the bad analogy I'd use is it's sort of like building a race car and putting a motor in this thing that's got a souped up motor, which would be your solar system, but then putting old tires on it. It's going to go burn a couple laps on the track. It's like, well, it's not going to go that great. It's a little bit of the same thing, which is, can you come inside the home, which on average is 52% of your electricity consumption is your HVAC. 52.
In Texas. Yeah. Easy, right? Yeah. Yeah.
So what is happening in this world? And so we started to dig into that sort of the beginning of the summertime. And I was sort of shocked that, there are a lot of products that are available. You mentioned heat pumps is probably the best example. And that was actually the thing we sort of locked into, which is if you have an energy efficient home and you have a solar system on the roof and a heat pump that's heating and cooling it, and you've got a little backup storage, you got a great solution. You've got a really good energy efficient solution that is going to take the worry of sort of storms, electric bills, all the things we sort of characterize. You're going to solve that problem completely. And so is there a way that we could come into the home, so to speak, and solve this HVAC thing? And so 90 days ago, we launched an HVAC division. And there are parts about that business that I'm just like so giddy over.